you want to know what else would work? What else would work would be having the commentary button turned on. Wait, I'm very confused here. So why? Oh, this is compatible. Oh, shit. Okay. Just gonna dismiss this crew. Okay. Alrighty. I need to get my crews in here. So we're going to put that crew in there because reasons. And then we're going to get this crew in. Things because reasons. Where's my leopard crew? Oh, this is a dual crew? What? This doesn't make any sense here. This is a universal crew trainer? There is no way. Hold on. Sup, Naruto? What's going on? There is no way. There is no way here. I'm gonna take the commander crew. Okay, no, that's not how that works. Hold on. Get rid of that. Nope, I was just very confused. It's completely wrong. Glad to see you're doing good. Glad to see you're doing good. I'm doing okay. Granted, I had one hell of a day yesterday that I didn't get to share because the loans were not processed in time yesterday. Minto was very busy, so understandable. But, you know, today my day been better because I got a brand new Monster Energy juice beverage I'm gonna try. Peachy. Okay, but besides the point, I know everyone's here for these tanks. So basically what we got is a tier 9 heavy tank. Then we got a tier 8 tank that is slightly better than the M48 A2 patent, only because it's got, I believe, spaced armor. Other than that, I do believe it's exactly the same, but I would have to actually start trying to compare them. But as you can see, it's got the spaced armored plow there on the front. I imagine that it's going to be exactly the same spaced armor wise with the regular ROM Panzer, but as you can see with this special model that is a stupid Hot Wheels thing, you got like a glaringly big weak point or spaced armor. I have no idea which one it will classify as there on the front of the hull. So yeah, and apparently the driver can't even see straight. There's the periscope. He can't. Yeah, he can't even see straight. That just does not make any sense. But yeah, everyone here knows I am not a fan of the Hot Wheels stuff. Just like WWE, glitter tanks and things like this are not my forte, so I don't really like it. Naruto, I don't really know how long I'll be doing this. I have it set for an hour because that's how long I told my parents I will be sparing time for with this. So we have an hour to do this, and I am not going to spare much time with this. Getting right into stats here: 40 kilometers forward, 18 back, 12% chance of fire. That 12% is really, really nice. Reverse speed is manageable. Forward speed, though, that is heavy tank speeds, but again, you have that extra added weight of a plow on the front. So yeah, 90 millimeter gun, 0.42 accuracy. We are in the derp levels with this gun. Reload time is 8.69 lol seconds per round with an aim time of 2.3, which the aim time's pretty average for tanks. I know even the Action X has a 2.3 second aim time, so I'm used to that. 9 degrees of gun depression, 19 degrees of gun elevation, so you should not have a whole lot of issues fighting on ridge lines and hills with it. And then ammunition is stored in usual 48 patent type ways. Of course, I don't really look at the ammo on the 48 patent either. Although that looks like that ammo is like right next to the dude. Okay. Armor though, like I said, you got the spaced armor there on the front, so your hull is protected for the most part. Cupola though, it's a cupola. Again, you are essentially playing a stock 48 patent, but with spaced armor on the front of the tank. I am curious to know how the regular ROM Panzer will be. With this, hopefully we don't have stupid weak points that are exposed engine blocks on the front of the tank. So, yes, I'm completely honest here. I don't understand why the engine is not counted as part of the thing on the front. It does not make any sense to me, but hey, it's not my tank. Sup, Chris? How you doing? So we're going to play this, then we're going to move on to the Fangula, the Tier 9 heavy tank, and, but yeah, I've kind of been somewhat preparing myself with this with the regular M48A2, but we all know that I really actually just want the regular ROM Panzer. And I have my best German medium tank crew in the tank. I'm not gonna lie, this is not bad. This is not bad. It's peachy with some tangerine stuff. I'll pretty much give my thing on it at the end of this. I'm gonna probably aim for an hour on this one. Naruto, we'll see. I don't normally platoon up at all when I stream, just because of the fact that I am not having the best hardware to actually stream and talk to people. I know some people are okay with not talking, but unfortunately it's because I come from the comp scene. Communication is absolutely key and necessary with me. So while a much better form of chatting or recording or anything like that is definitely on the table of get, I have to be very strict kind of on the platoony thing. Off streams though, that's a different story. Definitely off streams, that is a complete different story. Streaming, though, unfortunately I can't really do that. Yeah, I don't mean to disappoint. I do really want to do community platoon events again. Just it's unfortunately out of my ability at this time. God, I really like the look of the Rompanzer. I hate this glitter crap and the current model of this, but I cannot wait for a standard thing. Nope. Where'd that pen? That went right through. It's a glitter tank. I find it disgusting regardless. Yeah, now I'm kind of screwed here. He's just going to go for the cupola. The one thing I do wish, though, that kind of did something with this. I mean, it's not too overpowered, but it definitely is a support tank. I haven't even faced one of these yet. Oh, just outright killed. Okay, that's cool. Still getting track assist, but the issue I don't like is, unfortunately, the spaced armor only actually is effective against heat or HE rounds. And the issue behind that is that most tanks higher tier than you are not going to give a crap about your spaced armor because they can go right through you regardless. What's up, Yezdi? So, I mean, we saw right at the beginning, the Conquer went right through the blade into the lower plate and penned no problem. It is a stock 48 patent tank with some additional spaced armor on the front that is pretty much non-existent. And they're capping because, you know, that's how that works apparently. We are winning, but I wish I could have done more. I'll be lucky if I actually got like 2K combined here. That seems to be my average with the A2 variants of this tank. Even with the Taiwanese M48A2 that I have, aka just the naked 48A2, my average seems to be 2K on that. But yeah, a very average tank. You are not don't expect to be, you know, bouncing everything there, and I figured that out right away as I saw the Conqueror go right through the blade. Aim, I will, like, I agree with these collabs. I do not like them. Although, some of the skins I do actually like. I know the ones that they outsourced to Grey Weasel are good. Because, at least they're believable. At least they're realistic to, the best that he can. Um, those I will take. Like the Type 59-2 and the Stinger. That's not the Stinger. The Striker. Um, the Barracuda. The Dragon. Like those are believable. I could see them looking like that if they were actually put into service or something. These, on the other hand, I agree wholeheartedly that these are gross and disgusting. So yeah. But yeah, no, Ace, I'm with you on that. That I wish they did more military themed things, not this weird shit. Like this is barely passable. I would be okay with this if I didn't have weird red eyes on it. I'd be okay with this. It's nicknamed the Mutant. It looks like it came out of a swamp. It looks like an abomination. I would be okay with this kind of skin if they didn't add the stupid red eyes, but no. Alright, we need to move on to the Tier 9. So, the Fangula. So, and by the way, how are you both doing, Yezdi and Ace? I don't remember if I greeted Yezdi, but how are you guys doing? Moving on to this, I honest to God meant to watch the first look video from PC. I just got overwhelmed with life and completely forgot. I do remember, though, the one on PC had a permanent large repair kit, I think. But again, those things are reusable, so, you got pretty much a free large repair kit every time you played the tank. Armor, though, nothing super special, to be honest, at least on the front. God, I wish I could, aim lower so I could, see things better, but I can't, because stupid racetracks and wrestling rings. Doing good, Ace. I'm doing good. I have one hell of a crazy day. Yesterday, I didn't get to really share because I didn't get the loan in on time, but it happens. As you can see, you are not bouncing. Yeah, hold on. Let me look here. This is really, really flat right there. 171. I think lower tiers may struggle with that. Premium rounds, though, no problem at all. Again, it's pretty flat. It's not an extreme angle. Though the upper hull on this, oh daisy, this looks like this might be some issues. Although right there, that I can easily see being an absolutely juicy target for anything with premium Hesh. Good God, that driver is going to just be like red paste on the inside if he gets hit with premium Hesh. Just goodness. But yeah, turret looks okay, but again, on top, hull down, I think this would be pretty strong. But flat on or even being shot down on, oh, you are not bouncing anything. Yeah. Kind of gives me a mix of a 140 turret. It's giving me a 140 turret vibe. Yeah, this armor profile is so weird for me that the only way I'm going to be able to figure this out is to experiment and play it myself. Modules, though, let's go to the stats. So, 35 forward, 12 back, 20% chance of fire. So, definitely a fire extinguisher in this thing for me, at least for me. 12 kilometers reverse, and that is not good. Not good. I do like my 20 kilometers per hour reverse speeds. 12 is pretty slow. You are not getting out of danger if you accidentally go around a corner and realize that there's a bunch of tanks there, and some of them may or may not be looking at you. 35 heavy tank speeds, so you aren't getting anywhere fast. Gun, though, 120 millimeters, 13.5 seconds reload time. I have played so many varieties of heavy tanks recently that I don't even, and I play them so also infrequently that I don't even remember what the average decent reload time is for a tier 9 heavy tank with a 120 millimeter gun. I'm just going to take a stab in the dark, saying that 13.5 is okay. Again, I've been so focused on trying to 3 mark some mediums recently that I haven't touched any heavy tanks that much. Like maybe 1 or 2 heavy tanks, but not my normal amount. Accuracy 0.38. We are kind of getting there. We're like right on the border of getting to derp levels, as well as kind of staying on the cusp of barely manageable. I don't like that that 0.38. 2.7 though does seem kind of average for heavy tanks. I'm looking at the degrees though. There, the 10 degrees. This is definitely going to be okay on fighting on ridge lines. Shooting up though, maybe a small issue because you got the 15 degrees of elevation. But yeah, I kind of like that idea. I do like that idea. Sup, Captain? Aren't you aren't you at basic right now? I thought they take phones. Conk is 10.5. M103, I have no idea what the M103 is going to be, but I have it. Let's take a look at... Oh, this is only premium tanks. Okay. Yeah. But I do have my best crew in here, so we will see. Sup, Dark and Ram. How you guys doing? Ram, I wasn't comparing anything to the Dragon. I was referencing skins. I wasn't comparing it statistically to the Fangula. And I don't... Oh, that I see what you're doing with that. Yeah, I see that. But again, they're taking essentially a Tier 9 gun that you would only really ever see on a TD at Tier 8 and putting it onto a premium tank that is very highly mobile. And, of course, in their typical fashion, it can't be pretty good. It can't have 0.36 or really, really good accuracy. So they got to put it at 0.38. But yeah, this tank I definitely can't really. I am not going to be able to figure out until I play a couple games in this. So, but that's the point of this stream. So we're gonna have to figure that out. See, but I'm not keeping the Fangula, and I probably won't really go for the regular tier, the naked version either. I could kind of see it having a place in my like little story, but you know, in my little project, you know, we don't use nuclear weapons because you know society in that universe is actually not stupid, and knows not to end human existence with nuclear weapons. So if I included those, I'd have to also include the 279E and probably, mention about how nuclear weapons were used. And then I'm just like, I'm not dealing with that. Sad 50 cow noises. Whoa. Whoa, that gun looks really, really small here. That doesn't look like that does not look like 120 in that camera. Looks like a dinky 75 or 90. Wasn't expecting to hit anything, but hey. Oh, thanks, Artie. It's lovely. So far, we're just going to miss all the shots. Depending on how I get hit again, I may just be switching straight to premium and not caring. It is looking like that. We just lost, you know, it's turning into yesterday. See, this Conqueror doesn't want to peek out. Tracked him. There it is. Artie's definitely going to gun me. There, yeah, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? Fortunately, Yazdi, Artie is something I knew about this time. But, you know, am I expecting to get focused after them already being out? No, I was going to get focused because that's just how jerks are, but, you know. You know, it's because it's a new tank, we got to ruin the fun for that person because they're a wallet warrior. Now, I mean, if there was an achievement for killing every single tank in the game, that would be understandable. But there isn't, at least to my knowledge. And, so, yeah, most of the time it's just people trying to, hey, I killed a new tank. So. Again, I didn't even get to do much to actually even get a good thought on the thing. I know what I was getting into with the Rompanzer. I did not exactly know what I was going to be getting into with the Fangula. But, you know, that game I clearly didn't get a chance because I had an Artie that really, really wanted my head. So we're just going to have to keep going. I do remember that for a little bit. But, and AIM, I see your question. I will answer that. But yeah, I do remember that a while back. I do. I wasn't one of those people, and I didn't want any of those tanks in my garage. But here they are. They threw war chests, so now I just keep them, and they gather dust for, you know, in case I get another one. Much rather have the free gold than a piece of shit looking skin. Although for why do I not have HE loaded? Because I don't like HE. I like Hesh. And HEP to an extent. I don't like HE. I understand the uses for HE, but in most cases, regular HE is just trash for me, and I would much rather shoot a tank knowing I'll do at least X amount of damage with a standard round over, and of course, thanks so fucking much, game. I love matchmaking. I would much rather just have the rounds that do consistent damage over HE that may or may not, which may full pen, or they may just, you know, give me the finger and only do like 86 damage. And then at that point, I just completely wasted my time. I do realize, though, I just now actually came to the realization that I don't have heat in this.
Ready to fire. Enemies got us in their sights. Target locked.
Although .42, why am I trying snapshots? I don't know.
Target locked. Penetrate their armor. Locked on. We've got a lock. Enemies looking right at us. Ready to fire on target.
If I remember correctly, the stats here are .42 on this 90mm. The Fangula actually, for 120, has better.
Target locked. They've spotted.
Oh, that's cool, I guess.
Viewfinder's taking some damage.
Let me just
Target.
damage your track.
No good. Didn't go through. Think this is one more tank. Enemies looking right at us. Ready to fire on target. Loaded and ready.
See, now they're pushing up.
Enemies got us in their sights.
This might be another tank where I just put full APCR in.
Ready to fire on target. Got a lock. Looks like that one went right through.
I honest to God have no idea what the oh, Jesus.
Ready to fire. Right at us.
I knew it was going to happen.
Trip cleared. Right on. That's good. Target locked.
And this already is not helping me.
They've spotted us. Target locked. Bring out Dozer. Ready to fire on target. Load it up. Let it rip. Their armor.
I'm dead because I can't rotate. Aim, yes, it does, but I legitimately had a Conqueror the first time I pulled this out go right through it. Pretty much to him, the blade on the front was non-existent. Who are these tanks back here at A1? Okay, understandable. The more I play this particular tank, Yazdi, the more I am saying, yeah, it's not worth it. Unfortunately, it's completely worth it for me because story project. But not this particular tank. This tank, I still wouldn't enjoy playing because of how much I dislike it. But yeah. Alright, so here's what's going to happen. I am just not going to fire AP out of the Halloween ROM Panzer. I'm just not going to. We're going to try it all APCR and see how that works. Because apparently AP is just a load of crap. So I don't really like playing things that I can't really do anything with. So oh boy, hold on. What is this? I'm going to move back to the Fangula and hopefully have a game where I can do something. I did forget to mention, though, this thing is like literally a massive stupid ammo rack in the back. Yeah. So if you're looking for weak points, back of the turret, it is an ammo rack. So yeah, have fun with that. Sup, Jaco? How you doing? But yeah, I am probably going to be firing all APCR out of the Dread Dozer and the Fangula. We're just going to have to see. But this accuracy, it just, for both these tanks, just feels like utter trash. It looks big, but that's because it's got 4 tracks. Sup, Redbeard? Oh, that was you that said that. My bad. Your thing kind of almost looks like Jaco's at a quick glance. But yeah, sadly, it is a big tank. I'm top tier for once. Alright, let's see how this works. I'm going to go to a spot where I'm not going to get harassed by Artie, and hopefully that actually can do something here. But it looks no bigger than a Conquer, to be honest. And they're just rushing. Just rushing.
I see one of them. Ready to fire on target. Enemy exposed. Target locked. They've spotted us. We've got a lock.
Of course.
We're tracked. We're stuck. Ready to fire. They found us. They hit one of our tracks. Ready to fire on target. Penetration.
What was that shot that I just took there?
They've spotted us. Focus on this location. Track is good to go. Enemies got us in their sights. They just hit our main gun and did damage.
Oh, you
Target locked.
jerk.
Main gun is working.
Nope. Get off my corner. This is my rock.
Enemies looking right at us. Focus attention.
It's my rock.
One of our vehicles destroyed.
I gotta rely on these guys to actually do work, because I can't leave because Artie wants me dead. Again.
Enemies looking right at us. Focus on this area.
No.
Ready to fire on target. Looks like that one went right through. Enemies got us in their sights.
No, I'm dead. Honest to God, I'm seeing as both tanks just kind of basically, you know, are what premium tanks should be. Just tanks that suck, that you actually gotta, you know, play well with. I think a lot of us have kind of become accustomed to, you know, tanks sucking, but at least having some pretty redeeming quality that makes them very manageable. They are both very underwhelming. I don't feel excited playing either of these, to be honest. Like with the Valor. The Valor, on the other hand, you know, I could get that, and I was like, yeah, I can play this. Yeah, with the E75 TS, it was like the same thing. It was like I could get in that, and while it was trolling me a lot, I still felt like I could reasonably hold my own here. This, on the other hand, it just feels like I'm kind of having a kid's birthday napkin thrown over my head. I mean, it's just... The tank has, like, next to its usual side armor. It's not strong side armor. You're witnessing this. It's... Yeah. Oh, boy. Time to pre-screen this. Not responding to that one. Just not. It's not even mean, but I'm not going to respond to it. They're not hard to kill. They, like, here, I'll show you guys the armor real fast. They're not hard to kill. They're not. It's like... the strongest part is the turret and the lower parts of the cheeks. Other than that, it's just trash. I mean, like, look right there on the front. You know, anything with, you know, anything with high damage, alpha, whatever, HE, going right through the driver's hatch. Like I said, your driver's missed if he gets hit there. I mean, it's essentially, it reminds me of, it's like a heavy tank of a 140 in terms of the armor layout. It's got a strong, turret, like on the front, and it's very sloped back and weak at the tops and the sides, but and then also weak on the hull. But beyond that, it's just, yeah. The tracks are, and then if you look at the tracks, they don't cover much. So there is not a whole lot of spaced armor to protect with, seen as the bulbous extension covering the turret on this tank is completely exposed, and there's like no track level out there to protect a good chunk of the side of the tank. It's, yeah. Sup, Dalton, you tuned in for like last couple games here. This is... and not to mention that you look at the, it's like you got like the alien head here on the back of the turret. I mean, you got this massive ammo rack right here on the back, and it just is large. It just extends over the back. Your entire ammo rack is in the back. So aside from having to try and stay side scraping, you can't angle your turret in any way, because then you just expose your ammo rack to getting shot at. It wasn't a hate message, Yazdi. It was pretty much just straight up saying, yeah, I focused you, and I'm sorry. I'm so frustrated with these two tanks, with how just trash they just feel in my hands. Yeah, I'm just not in the mood to really respond to anything, unfortunately. I already... No, we're gonna do another game in the Fangula, and then we're gonna do another game in the Dozer thing, and that will probably be enough for me really quickly to figure out how these tanks perform. Because as it is, it's like, okay, can't really protect, like, the side scraping is barely manageable as long as you don't expose a weak point at any point in time. But I was struggling to try and do that. But at the same time, I'm also competing with Artie trying to delete my existence every goddamn time I try and play this thing. Then there's my dog. Chris, I don't see any reason of even buying these things. I honestly feel like the Fangula should have been like the reward tank for the whole op. Instead, all you guys got was tier 8s. At least you got a tier 10 with the WWE stuff. No, you just get tier 8s this time. By the way, I did complete the season pass thing again, so yeah. PC's making you angry? Well, I mean, when doesn't tanks make you angry? I just mean that in general for people. That was definitely for me. 100% for me. Trying to get around you. Can't really figure out, I guess, what you're doing. It's going to get shot in the side by a tier 8 light tank. Or Artie. Or Artie. I apologize for not talking, but I think we both understand why I'm not talking. Have already wanted me, like, so bad.
They've spotted us.
Okay, yeah, you fall. Have fun with that.
Enemies looking right at us.
Coming from behind! Rotate! Rotate, you dumb tank!
Ready to fire.
You have cobwebs for a reason, because, you know, it's unplayable.
Focus on this area.
I can't face this guy alone, though.
Enemies in the base. Push them out. Releasing target. Enemies got us in their sight.
No. I couldn't even rotate fast. I couldn't even rotate my tank fast enough to try and hug him. Instead, it just turned like a bus. I mean, that was a much better game. Walk off with about just over 4.5k damage. Compared to everything else. Okay. Acceptable. I have to listen to, like, when I get really worked up, and then you got this guy. When I get really worked up, I just listen to some jazz. It would be a 30B, of course. Sup, Derek? You tuned in just in time for, like, the last game of the Halloween tanks. And then finally, I guess my thoughts on them as an average uni player, I guess. Can you put it like that? I don't know. I didn't even get to properly enjoy my new Monster Juice Energy of Papillion. Papillon? How do you pronounce that? Papillon. It's a butterfly of some sort, but I mean... The reload does kind of suck. I even have vents in here, and it's kind of All right, so I'll be firing all APCR this game, this one. So we'll see how this goes. I blocked 2620 in damage though, so if you can angle it and set up your tank right, you can block damage. Tier 10. Wonderful. I love tier 10 games, especially when I'm bottom tier and a tank that is questionable.
Our mission is to capture and hold the marked objective. Let's do it. Focus attention here.
You would give me an ad 30 seconds into the song. I do not care about healthyvoting.org. What are you? No. No. No, I can't even skip this. I can't even skip this ad. I don't care. Oh, okay.
Fire's out. Ready to fire on target.
Cool. Man. Alright. Kind of just reminds me of that Patrick Star meme when my will to live is over.
I see one. Dropping target. Punched a hole in their armor. Ready to fire. We've got a lock. Looks like that one went right through. Looks like that one went right through. They found us.
Did he just shoot me on the move? It's good to know that my team is just able to chug on here, man. 0-4. 0-4. It's lovely. 0-5. 1-5 now. My taste in these tanks is just, the taste in my mouth of these tanks is just absolutely sour. I don't find enjoyment in either of these tanks. I just kind of hope that the tanks, you know, absolutely suck enough that, you know, at least the Rom Panzer will be easy to 3-mark. God damn, the patent profile is just so damn large. Alright, so while my thoughts on these tanks are, my thoughts on these tanks after a couple games in them, I would have to say the Tier 9 does have potential to do very well, okay? Taking into account various experiences across the 3 games, the ammo rack in the back, the alien turret, I'm going to just call it the alien turret because it's got that stupid thing in the back. The alien turret does very much entice Artie because, you know, if you hit that and you pen, I bet you it'll be an ammo rack. Absolutely, and I mean like full ammo rack. Though, going back here to the Fangula, if you can, what did I just do? Not what I wanted to do. If you go to that if you could angle it right and I could position the camera, if I was physically able to position the camera where I could demonstrate, this is the best I'm going to probably be able to do. If you have a rock that is protecting the front of your hull and you angle it just right, yeah. Whoever opened the door to my house, I now just, not door to my house, the door to my room, I'm just now forever angry at. Are you, we just going to keep barking? Okay. If angled very correctly, you could have some serious bounce shots, and that was shown on that new map that we have received in the past here. Though, if you start going over here, we start getting into harder and harder to actually reliably bounce. Or, God forbid, you turn your turret even away, and then you're exposing your ammo rack, and then it's just still kind of like the same thing with the arty. So, yes. Hull down. This is very much, I can see this being an absolute threat. We saw that on El Haluf. When I wasn't being shot at by arty, I was able to literally roll up and people were having trouble actually trying to, shoot me. Initial auto-aim shots, you can bounce them. Well aimed, though, to the lower plate or even a high-caliber gun to the driver's hatch, and it's just, your driver's missed. Hi, Spencer. How you doing? But yeah, the tank has potential, but right now it's just you gotta play it right. You gotta know exactly how you need to play it. Now let's go over to the Dozer. No. I'm hitting B. When I want to go back to the garage, it doesn't want to let me go back to the garage. Yes, I want to go back to the garage. Jesus Christ. I want quicker reaction time, like World of Warships Legends, than this bullcrap that is the loading system. What's up, Keenan Addo? Unfortunately, you tuned in very late to the stream. I'm actually giving my final thoughts on it. You can't even see my screen. You can't even see me right now, unfortunately. Yeah, honestly, the Tech Tree tanks are much better than the Fangula. Moving over to the Dozer, though. Oh my God. This is only slightly better, at least armor-wise, than the regular M48A2. And that is against lower-tier tanks. Not upper-tier, lower-tier. Upper-tier don't matter. Upper-tier will, like, literally...
Shut up!
So, the Dozer, yeah, better if you're facing tier 7s or below. But I never got that opportunity to try it, because I was declared unfit to play this tank today, I guess. Caught on fire, game pretty much over at that point when you're in the red, and, you're a massive hull that is the M48. The gun is derp levels of accuracy. You are in the .42s. I mean, let's look. See, .42 accuracy at 100 meters. Very bad. Very bad for a 90mm gun. For a dedicated support tank, .42 is trash. You are not going to face tier 10s in this tank. Do not try and face tier 10s in this tank. You have the old Cupola. They will aim for that if they, for some reason, cannot hit your hull. This tank is just... If you had to pick the lesser of two evils because you felt obligated to buy one of these tanks, just take the Fangula. At least you could potentially do reasonably well. This thing, though, You better be, to coin the joke here about me and pugs. I mean, essentially, the tier 6s are the pugs, and you are the tier 8. You are the hand. And it is essentially like you open hand slapping a pug. I mean, it's like, yeah. Or beating a shoe against one of those, like, rubber, like, punching dummies that, bounce back after you hit it. Just outright open hand slapping the one of those bouncy things with a shoe. I mean, it's one of those things. When you're bottom tier, you are not doing well. You better be taking full advantage of the flanks and hope to God you're not being aimed at by anybody. This tank is not worth it. This was not worth my time trying to play this. I actually have a sour taste in my mouth from this. This was okay. This was okay. If I had a complete day to play this some more, my attitude towards it might change. But seeing as an initial first look, I had 2 negative games out of 3. And I just had 3 bad games out of the Dread. I mean, at the end of the day, that just sounds like a waste of my money and time. Any questions? Yeah, unfortunately there, Keenan. This was supposed to happen yesterday, and I was supposed to have a full 2-hour stream today, but because I need to have a first look video, because I finally got the loans processed today, I unfortunately had to have this be an hour-long stream. It also doesn't get pref, and the Super Pershing doesn't have some stupid tumor on the top of its turret. Any other questions? Any? Well, that wasn't really a question, more of a statement, Chris, so that's my bad. I forgot to move my damn truck. He is not going to be happy. He has to park on the curb. So, yeah. Any questions? I'll give it 30 seconds, and then I unfortunately need to end it because dinner is ready. Well, I appreciate the support there, Keenan, with the streams. If you find them awesome, that makes me feel good. Even though sometimes I do get very sour and not calm, but I think we all have that. What's for dinner? Gnocchis? Like pretty much a potato that you boil, but it's like a little tiny edible one. It's a form of pasta or something, I think. I don't know. And then having some seasonings, and then with some, like, grilled radishes. Alright, so if there's no questions here, again, I'd like to apologize for not having the usual stream. This is the first look. Sum it up. If you had to pick the lesser of the two evils, go Fangula. Otherwise, if you were just kind of curious about if any of them were worth picking up, honest to God, I would say no. Neither of them are. You might hear otherwise from my other community contributor compadres. To me personally, I don't find these enjoyable. But yeah, I regular stream on Friday though. Regular stream on Friday, that is for certain. But other than that, that's going to be it for today's stream. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Hopefully you gain something and you make wise purchase decisions if you do decide or are thinking of purchasing these. And hopefully I see you guys all again on Friday. I look forward to it. And until next time, this has been Darren of WotC Academy. Peace.